thing I want to ask you is working with Bill in this kind of way
Mm.
that you do on this project. He's a delightful guy. He's done everything, and I'm curious how you guys kind of merged and worked together. If you had any stories about that.
Just that he is exactly as you imagine him to be. I mean, I think he's always brought such a warmth and tenderness to his roles, and he really is that in real life. Like obviously the relationship between our two characters is slightly fractured within this story, but he really is just the most generous and kind-hearted human being. But also as an actor, like working opposite him, um, it's a joy to go to those places, to go to those dark places and have those difficult conversations with a man that you sort of adore.
Yeah.
It was yes, a dream come true, honestly, as an actor, having grown up watching him and sort of praising him, having the opportunity to kind of tread the boards, because it felt like a play in moments,
That's awesome.
because he sort of came for like 2.5 weeks when we were sort of in the office area, and sort of we did all of his stuff kind of within that 2.5 weeks. And it was just, it was mental gymnastics on a daily basis, but very challenging, but just, yeah, just a joy.
That's awesome. I want to ask you about another project, Fast,
Mm.
which is, something that we've been kind of tracking for a while. People have been waiting on it, and it's gonna come. And I'm curious to know what it was like working on that, and when you think we'll see what our audience is gonna think when they see this finally.
Well, I'm still filming right now. I'm literally in New York as we speak, and was filming yesterday, and I'm filming again in a few days. We still have a few weeks left, so it's a wild ride, is what I'll say. I loved the script. I mean, anyone who sort of has seen any of Taylor Sheridan's work will know that he is an incredibly gifted writer. Um, but yeah, I honestly don't know how much I can talk about it openly, because I feel like they are keeping it under wraps. I think it took them a while to announce that I was even involved, but I'm very happily involved, and it's honestly pretty exciting. For me, it's a dream come true, like another dream come true. Bill Nighy was dream number one, but working with Taylor Sheridan on something of this sort of you know this caliber is just yeah, like just yeah, a gift.
Yeah, and is
And
it the
yeah, I feel really
scale in
privileged.
part that's so like what is it about the kind of concept or the thing, the project? Is it working with Taylor, like you say that there's something about it that fulfills a need or
Well,
desire for you as an artist?
yeah, I think Taylor brings such depth and grit and like humanity to the stories. And on paper this is like an action movie, I guess, but there's sort of so much more to it when Taylor writes it. I think you could easily sort of just put it in that $5 DVD kind of basket potentially as an idea, as a concept. But I think what he brings to it is just like I've been a fan of his. Pretty much everything he's ever touched, I've like been a big fan of. So and I don't. It's just it's the Taylor Sheridan quality.
Yeah.
But I'd say it is this sort of there's a darkness and a depth to it, like of these larger than life characters sometimes. I mean, a cowboy, a modern day cowboy story in Yellowstone, to drug running mules in Sicario. Like the guy, he
Yeah.
makes them sort of relatable and yeah, he's a very he's doing okay.
Yeah. When you think
Yeah.
about Lazarus too, though, the writing is part of it. Like that's the characterization, the way he brings characters to life too. Like, can you talk briefly about that? Just like how these characters come to life for you?
Yeah, I mean, Harlan Coben is again a master of the craft. He writes thrillers like no one else in a way of like psychological thrillers.
Mm.
Um, the cliffhanger sort of situation, the twists and the turns and the twists back and the red herrings and the all the classic the sort of thriller tropes. He just is able to manipulate an audience into thinking one thing or believing one thing and then completely switching it on its head the next minute. It's just he's talented, is
That's a
Harlan
gift.
Coben.
Yeah.
But look, I think the character development within this, especially the story and the sort of complexity of these characters, how flawed they are, but you still somehow kind of end up rooting for them or following them, despite the fact that, you know, Joel in this is potentially a very unreliable narrator. People are sort of commenting on how he looks like he's having a breakdown. So you're like, well, surely he can't be reliable. And the fact that he's sort of stumbling around and chasing dragons that don't exist, you know, it's sort of a testament to Harlan's sort of gifts, and it was honestly a joy to sort of be a part of.
Well, thank you so much for your time and your thoughtful answers. It's been fun chatting with you and great work on this.
No, cheers, man. Thank you so
But
much.
thanks,
And I look
everyone.
forward to talking to you about Fast properly down the line.
Oh, I hope. I can't wait.
Yeah, good, good, good.